Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Quest Conclave, a Dungeons and Dragon campaign and group themed around the popular MMO RuneScape. I am your host, Valdez, the Dungeon Master, here to take you through the journey of the glorious world of Gielinor. So firstly, I would like to say Happy February to everyone. Obviously there's going to be a lot of holidays this month, like for example, Happy Black History Month for those of you who celebrated. Obviously that should be the whole entire month of thing. Also, I know there's going to be one day we won't be live for this, but I do know that on the 11th it's going to be International Women and Girls Day. So Happy International Women and Girls Day, or Happy International Day of Women and Girl. I don't know. They changed the title of that. And then on the 13th, it's going to be World Radio Day. How many holidays does this month have?
All of them.
I guess. And we will be live on the 14th for Valentine's Day, because let's be honest, us, Valentine's Day, really?
That's a little rude. I'm pretty sure Luke has someone.
Right?
Right, sure. Anyway.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Sure. Anyway, but yeah. Firstly, is everybody ready?
Yes, you keep asking us, and yes, we're ready.
No, I don't think you guys understand. Are you ready?
Let's go already!
See, Luke gets
Get
it.
on with it!
All right. Let me make sure I have everything set up. Actually, no, I do. I have everything set up pretty good. My microphone works. You all loud enough for me? All right. So, where we last left off, you all have went on ahead and bought yourself an amazing amount of items. One of you are a proud owner of probably, if I recall, 2 properties? 2 lands?
Yes, two.
2. Amazing. So you're now proud owner of 2 lands with 2 houses, one being pretty good, the other one just needs a lot of work, but it's still decent. And you all managed to find out that there is still going to be a goblin invasion. But luckily, it was not only postponed enough, but at least the kingdoms on the surface are given the opportunity to prepare. So you're on a new mission to head over to a city island known as Ashdale to investigate the claims of Teragardian technology. As you all were heading down to Port Saron through a carriage, and obviously assuming using his mount. I did say last session you would all skip the travel to head to Port Saron. So firstly, make sure all of you, I'm going to give you guys like 5 seconds to ensure that you are all given a long rest. So make sure you all give yourself a long rest. All right, so I'm gonna assume everybody has given themselves a long rest. And with that, you, after setting up your camp, which I'm gonna start it off not in Port Saron, but on the outskirt, a little bit outside of the outskirt. So as you guys are now waking up from the small camp you managed to set up, you find yourselves pretty rejuvenated, having a good sleep, thankfully, with this wagon. The weather is chilly but warm too, as you could tell that the change of season is coming. As you're all waking up and you prepare yourselves, is there anything anybody wants to do? Because you would have reached ports, at least the outskirt or where you are, for about the next day and a half. So anything you guys would like to do, like out of character, out of scene, that maybe given you like a day to do?
Within the port town? I'm sorry.
You're like, no, you're about like 30 minutes away from the port. So it's like you had to sleep because it was too dark. So you're about to get to the port. It's just during the day travel. Is there anything you would like to do during the day before we move to you guys getting to the port?
Gotcha.
Nope.
I would
Thank you.
like to train my strength.
In a carriage?
Oh yeah, obviously. Since it's a day situation, going ahead and just roll for like a one. Yeah, go ahead and roll for two strength check for me.
18 and 12.
All right, so before you went to sleep the night before, you ended up doing some of that military workout routine that Asumi taught you. And you managed to get yourself there successfully, which I believe I have it written down somewhere. Where is that shit? Here it is. Okay. So you managed to successfully feel your strength even better, as you noticed you managed to go past your set limit without getting tired until you finally reached a new set, which you made a mental note of that's where you now have to stop until you can progress further. So you have gained one strength point to your strength stats. Wow, that for some reason that was a mouthful to say. Hold on. Something's going on with my audio, at least on my end. Give me 1 minute to check why. Oh, that's why. Okay, dummy me. My audio was a little low, but I got it. All right. So, anybody else wants to do anything? Oh yeah, sorry, Asumi, I didn't read your thing. Hold up, give me a minute. Let me read into what's going on. Okay, yeah, I think we could say that. God, how would that work? Go ahead and I guess we'll do a crap. Okay, since it's a charisma thing, and that's where Paladin's modifiers are for charisma, right? Yeah, okay.
What?
Yeah. So then go on ahead and just roll me a charisma. Since it was during the night and you decided to pray during the night thanks to what you believe was Saradoman's intervention the other day. Intervening. Go on ahead and roll for charisma. 8. Alright, I see it, okay. Alright, yeah, so you managed to go on ahead and... Wow, why is this being loud now? One day, it would be nice to have one day without my audio deciding to screw me over. Steve, stop messing with my audio, please.
It's fun.
Yeah, uh-huh. Anyway, so you managed with that 8, as you pray the night before, you realize that you are really rusty on doing that nightly praying routine that your uncle Mastima had taught you to do. You feel a little bit disappointed that you messed it up, but it's not something you have to worry about just yet. But there's no benefit, mind you. Now, since one final check, no one has anything to do?
Nope.
No.
All right. So then,
think of how to word dex. How do I word training dexterity?
basically stretches, yoga, basically doing some like, God, what's the word? Some practice on flexibility. Yeah, you know that's actually hard to explain. I mean, probably doing like some jogging to try to like get yourself faster too. I'm trying to do so you want to do that?
Let's be flashy. How big would the carriage be, would you say?
All right. So then, yeah, you could go ahead and roll for dexterity for me.
Wait, but like, so is like the carriage like covered, or is it more like a wagon, or like how is that looking? Because that'll be like my description, right? Like I was thinking, like I'll just do like some flips or some shit, like dramatic BS.
Yeah, it's up to you on how you want to do it. Like, yeah, you could have it like that if you want. Like you could have it like dramatic or anything. It's entirely up to you. So yeah.
All right, we'll do some like acrobatic flips for attempting dexterity training. And you just want me to roll dex checks, just raw dex? Just 2 of those, or 1 of those.
It should be dexterity since you're trying to train the dexterity high enough. Then it's just plain dexterity.
That's a nat 20, sir.
Damn. So, as you guys get on the wagon and it starts moving, about 10 minutes in, Luke decides to do some workout routine jogging where you see him dramatically flip out of the wagon and proceeds to just try to... Like, what do you want to try to do during the jog? Like, maintain the pace or try to outpace it?
He'll jog, but he'll try to throw in like dodgy moves along the jog, if that makes sense. Like almost kind of like a gymnast would do those like multiple handsprings. He would just throw out like an occasional one. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So then, yeah, you guys see him do that. You see him basically just what it looks to you guys having fun with jogging, which Asumi would ask, "Are you having fun there, Luke?"
Oh yeah, just gotta limber up and keep the body going.
Try not to pull anything.
Asumi goes, "Perhaps he's trying to be faster than you, cuz." He was saying this to you, Thimple.
Yeah, I know.
Just wanted
I
to
didn't
make
quite hear you.
just wanted to make sure, because you know my internet and audio, my internet usually acts up because I
Yeah,
have a very
and
bad
so-
PC.
And I said I can't hear you. So say it again, please.
All right, so he said perhaps he's trying to outrun. God damn it! Hold up, let me read it again. Okay, perhaps he's trying to be faster than you, cuz.
If he's not able to do that, given how short my legs are, then that sounds like that's a him issue.
he responds with a light chuckle. As obviously with Luke doing the jog and you guys talking on that, you start seeing Port Sarom in the distance, and you start feeling the not a strong wind, but a nice gentle breeze of the wind hitting you, with the smell of salt water. You're getting close to the port, and as you start getting closer, you could notice Thimble. You do recognize a highwayman, like looking around the corner as he sees the wagon, and you can see he tries to approach it at first until he notices Asumi following along, Luke jogging around where you could tell he mouths, "Fuck no." And then he notices you and he goes, "Hell fuck no." He turns back around and decides not to deal with you guys.
Well, glad to see some people know when to not fuck around.
But what if Luke sees him and is all like, you know, oh fuck yeah, and then comes after? No, I'm just kidding. Moving along.
Like you start doing that whole Flint Lockwood cop chasing situation. Anyway, but yeah, no. If you just keep moving along, you guys enter the city. I say city. You guys enter the port as you start getting off, and you go to the stable, turning in the wagon. You are in Port Sarom. Obviously, you now need to go and grab a ship. Sumi, since you are technically on official White Knight business, you can grab a ship thanks to the to your status and probably seal of White Knight. Would you like to attempt to do that? Oh, and a reminder for the folks at home, one of our players, which is Asumi, is mute in real life due to an injury. So I will be reading for him, which I have to remember to say more often. Alright, so Asumi says that he'll go on ahead and start looking through the port at the ships, looking for maybe an Asgarnian naval flag. As you look, you see that there's a very few of them, but one does catches your attention. It's one really big ship that is painted to match the color of what the usual naval, like official military-ish style naval ship looks like. Do you approach it? He says yes. Temple, you somewhat recognize this ship a bit. You recognize the ship almost resembling another ship you once traveled in and swore never to again because of a certain captain. But you're not sure if this is the same ship because the flag is different and so is the color. Do you want to do something about that?
Can I sneak on the ship?
You can attempt to sneak on the ship. Sure, roll me a stealth.
21.
Alright. You manage to sneak onto the ship. While the others are walking through, you quickly make your way to the ship because something urges you to check it out. What is it that you would like to look for?
That one motherfucker.
Alright. As you're looking around, you notice the crews are very different. So you started thinking, maybe this is not the same ship. Until you see in the right hand of that specific captain, there, But instead of looking ruggish, he looks clean with the blue Ascarnian naval uniform. Which, had you not doubted, but questioned why until you hear, "Alright, lads, let's get through this quickly," as he starts coming out of his captain room and he goes, "Now, I think I spot me a good white knight. You know the drill? Aye, Captain. Do I prepare the altar? Prepare it, spit shine it, and keep an eye for his cousin. He owes me a few... I owe him a few coins, actually," he says as he starts making his way to the docking area.
Alright, so quick question. How heavily guarded is his cabin?
It is not... it is not guarded. Right now, you can see a lot of crew members just moving stuff around, so his cabin is left alone at this moment.
Would I be able to sneak there?
You're able to walk in.
Yes, well, I'm gonna sneak in.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So you sneak in. So what are you looking for?
Well, let's see. Where the fuck is the money?
Well, lucky for you, he's not that cautious. You do see a large pile of gold coins on the table. You don't even need to do a quick calculations from how it looks like it's piled together from your time of practice sneaking through some guarded banks. You could tell that is at least 5,000 gold coins.
Alright, I'd like to quickly do just a quick check to make sure that it's safe to take it.
Remind me, your passive perception is still 19, right?
Yes.
Okay, then there is one trap that it is where he sits down. Like, at least there's like a pressure plate big enough that you could tell that there's two versions of it. Knowing him, you do know that one is to disable the trap and the other one is to trigger it. If you want to find out which is which, I will need you to roll for investigation.
25.
You and your... Alright. So, you realize that the one on his left... Okay. So, as the chair is technically facing the doorway, and you're walking through to look, is the one on the chair's right side that is to disables the trap, while the one on the left activates it. And further investigation, you do manage to see that the trap activates on the net that is right above the chair, which to a normal person would look like decoration.
Alright, so I'm going to press the deactivate trap button, and then I'm going to steal the coins.
All of it?
All of it, except for one coin. So I'll steal 4,999 and leave one coin behind.
All right. So you leave that one coin there, taking all of that. Anything else?
Yes, I would like to sneak out.
All right, so there I will need to roll for stealth, since obviously there's going to be some
Also,
people outside.
Yeah. Also, I realized something. My initial stealth check was actually supposed to be 22. That is like my literal minimum because of reliable talent. So, going to be at least 22. So, 22.
All right. Give me one quick minute.
That was sleight of hand.
Okay.
What?
What did you say?
Said that was sleight of hand. Am I crazy?
Wait, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
All right.
Oh.
Ayo.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so should I just keep the one I got for my initial roll, or should I take that natural 20?
All right.
And I'm asking, technically I rolled the wrong thing, but because it's the same
Yeah,
bonus,
I
it would be
mean,
22. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
22 then.
it's the same bonus.
Yeah, so 22.
Yeah, so if it's the same bonus, you're fine. We'll just it was an accidental sleight of hand, but if it's the same bonus, it still counts. So yeah. So then yeah, I'll allow it to be an accidental roll. It's fine. So as you sneak out without them noticing you, without the crew members noticing you, you do see the captain walks up. As he goes, "Hello there, gents. I am Captain Conway, a privateer to the Ascarnian Naval Forces. I've noticed you've been walking around, Sir Knight. Perhaps you would like to offer me service?" And he's typing. Asumi goes, taking out his seal, he goes, "Yes, actually, I would like to use this to be able to get a free ride and back to Ashdale, and then to return." The captain looks at it and then grabs it just to examine it and returns it and goes, "Ah, an official White Knight business then, I assume. But these gents aren't White Knights themselves. Let's introduce each other then." He looks over to Bera. "And you are?"
I'm Barra Winkin.
That's it? Know what you do? Know what's your hobby? Just Bera Wiggins, eh?
I'm a berry alchemist, but you know.
What? So basically you sell juice.
Yes.
I think we might have a service for you then. We've been running low on some delicious mixtures of berry drinks. But that's for later. Savvy? He looks over to Rudovic and goes, "You're a tall individual. Are any of your parents giants?"
Well, no, but one of my ancestors, I believe from my father's side, was a giant like a long time ago.
Ah, the height tells, mate. So, what about you? Name, occupation? What is it that a strong, handsome fellow like you do?
Well, my name is Rudovic Pavlinos. Currently I am an adventurer and I like to punch.
If I didn't know any better, I say you'd make a great pirate. If you're ever looking to join the pirate crew, forgive me, Sir Knight, a privateering crew to be exact, a gentleman of the sea, you're welcome to join. We're always looking for capable hands.
I will see in the future.
Great. He looks over to Luke and goes, "Love your glasses. And what's your name, strapping man?"
Thank you. The name's Raven. Luke Raven. Remember it.
Luke Raven. Name sounds familiar. Ah, you wouldn't happen to be a gentleman that used to work for the Michelin army?
I wouldn't say they're an army, per se, but I would say I guarded the capital.
Ah, makes perfect sense. Probably ran into you once. Or heard of you, either or. But now then, about the trip to Ashdale. He looks, as Timpa, as you're coming out, you could see that he looks a little bit disappointed, and it looks on his face. And you hear him respond, "Since you do have the seal to give permission to travel whichever you want, I suppose as the naval privateer, I can give you a free ride. Without problem, obviously. Are you ready to make sale now, or would you like to stock up on supplies? Assuming he says he looks at you guys, wanting to know if you guys what you guys want to do.
I think I might need a little bit of time. There's somebody in this town at a specific weapon shop that still owes me a spear.
Well, yeah, you gotta go get that before we go.
He nods in Vera's direction.
And he goes, alright, my crews are getting supplies moved from there and there, so you can go on ahead and have your chores done. Timbo, do you want to make your presence noticed?
No, I'm just gonna sneak up and just be hiding behind everyone else, just like I was almost always there.
Alright, so since you want to do the hiding one last time, roll for stealth, and I'm gonna roll for Kenway's perception.
Dang it, I fucking did it again. Keeping sleight of hand. Alright, 22 again.
And alright, so you beat him by 1.
Yeah, I did.
Alright, don't get too excited. But anyway, yeah, so you see he doesn't notice you at all, as you could tell that he is pretty disappointed at the fact that he can't get money out of you guys. So, but he doesn't notice you at all. So he goes on ahead and he turns around and starts guiding the crews where to put the supplies to be ready for passengers. Luke wanted to go and get his spear, correct?
See.
All right. Sorry, hold up. I just realized I have something here that I gotta fix. All right. So as you are I guess if you guys are doing your own separate thing, let me know after. But Luke, as you are going on ahead and making your way to the smith shop, you do see that the shop is open still, and you see the smith there just hitting on his anvil, making what you can tell is a regular steel sword. The door is open for you to walk in and obviously say your piece. How would you like to do that?
Luke strides in, cigar lit, just puffing. He lets out an exhale, and then he looks at the smith and he's like, "Last time I passed through here, I placed an order for a mithril spear. I'm here to collect on that order."
He looks over at you quickly, thinking that you're just one of those debt collectors. He goes, let's see. He tries to recall you, and he goes, "You're the one that wanted that spear, right? What metal was it again? Mithril?"
Yeah, spear, that's correct. Mithril, also correct.
All right. Give me one moment then. He goes on ahead and he places the sword into a cooling barrel, and he walks over to the back where he starts looking for your weapon. As eventually he comes back with the spear wrapped in cloth, as he places it on a table, and he unwraps it and he goes, "There you go, mate. Let me know what you think. Needs some work, needs some tuning, or if you want something engraved on it." And if you take a look, yeah, it's a very well-made mithril spear, which I don't know if D&D Beyond has it. If not, I'll make one soon. But it does look like a very good, it's well crafted, just to say. It's well crafted, no issue, no scam. And it belongs to you. I believe you did pay him already, so you should be good there.
He would, as he's looking over the spear, he would then grab it about mid-handle, and then he would turn, and as he does so, he swings it over his head and then straight behind him, as if pointing the spear at the back wall, and he just looks at it. This is a fine weapon. Thank you. And then he would put it on his back, I suppose, as he removes his previous spear.
Huh, well then. I'm glad you enjoy it.
I got one more question for you.
Yeah?
He would draw his mithril greatsword. And he would present it to the smith. How much would you take for this? Or give for this, excuse me.
Alright, for the great sword, let's see. Let me look that up real quick. Alright, so he looks it over and he goes, well, usually I would sell these about 10,000 a piece. Maybe a little bit less if you give me the right bargain. But for something like this, I'd say I could sell it to you. I could buy it from you for at least 1,000 gold coins.
Let's see. He would leave his greatsword sitting on the counter for just a moment, or on some object in between them. And he would go back through his inventory, and he would also present a standard great axe and a standard greatsword. What if I threw these in?
So standard, I think if I remember, the regular ones would be iron, so I have to look for... Alright, hold on. What was it again? Iron, standard, what?
Great axe and great sword.
He looks them over and he goes, well, for the both of these, I can do, let's see. I would usually sell these for this much, so I'd say about 501 gold coins each. So 501.
So 1,501 gold coins total. I'll take it.
All right. As you go on ahead, he goes and he goes to his to a register, I guess is the better way to call it. He goes to a register and goes on ahead and he pulls out the amount that he's giving you, and then he takes your great sword as he goes on ahead, and inside he gives you the pouch with the gold that he's buying your items for.
Awesome.
Anything else you would like, friend?
No. I think that about does it. You have a good day.
And you as well. And good luck with whatever you're going to be using the spear for. He says as you turn around and start leaving. Real quick, someone did redeem a hydrate thyself, which for some reason it didn't notify. But yeah, so if you have something to drink, drink. If you don't, well, get something now, you know. Hydration is important. Alright, anyway, I had to drink something because I was actually very thirsty. Alright, so as you walk out of the shop, anybody else wants to do anything before you get on the ship and set sail?
I'm gonna keep staying hidden until we're at sea, then I can jump scare Kenway.
You bastard. But alright. So yeah, alright. What about Bear, Rudovic, Asumi? Anything you guys would like to do? Oh no, Asumi already answered saying no. So I guess Bear and Rud?
I would probably just like walk around the port, you know, enjoying the look at the sea. The view, my bad.
I'd go see what that opportunity that guy was talking about, where he needs new berry juice or whatever.
Alright, so we'll go with you then. As you decided to go on ahead and check on that opportunity that Kenway mentioned, which, hold up, why am I missing a dice? Son of a bitch, I'm missing a dice. Steve, stop eating my dice! They're not healthy for you, man!
What a fool you are. Do what I want.
Anyway, I guess I'll look for it later. I know it's somewhere around here, but I'll look for it later. Anyway, so Bera, as you walk over to discuss about that opportunity, Kenway turns around and goes, "Ah, so you're here to discuss about the opportunity I was presenting to you."
Yep, I heard you might need some berry juice.
Of course. Depending on how much berry you have, I'm hoping you have enough to quench my crew's thirst, savvy?
Oh yeah, we got tons of berries up in here. I pat my ginormous backpack.
Ah. He looks and he goes, "Then perhaps we can come to an arrangement. My crew loves the taste of different drinks, aside from ale, and rum. Always the rum. They like to have a different taste of stuff as well, maybe mixed with the alcohols. How much for your entire stock?"
Mm. That's a great question.
Vera finally doesn't know how to scam someone for her entire stock. I've done it.
Well, I also see when you say stock, I also have the ability to create berries. So technically,
Well, he wants the
I have
entire.
infinite.
He wants the entire already made juices, though. If you,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I start fishing around in my backpack. Um, hmm, that's gonna cost you if you want everything. You're willing to pay good price, I assume?
That depends. What's the amount? And if you're willing to negotiate a fair price, if I, of course, find it a bit too much. Savvy?
I smack my backpack and I go, how about we do a sturdy 5,000? Or well, that's where we can start.
And how much do you have on you? Or at least,
Well, I have-
like, if you want, you could just open up the backpack to see it if you don't want to give the right number.
I'll just open it up and show off all the different bottles and different flavors. I have tons of different flavors in here as well, including some new stock of like sour berries and the purple stuff. I got all the goods.
He looks over and he goes, "Oh, this would go well with my rum." He says that the sour berry, and he looks over and he goes, "Well, as I can assume you are a very respectable businesswoman, how much was it that you said again? 31,000?
I said 5,000. But that was just the starting point. We can negotiate.
Ah, 5,000. Well, a respectable woman like yourself with 5,000. I can do you 400. 4,450. Mostly because I noticed some berries there that are different colors that glows, and I'm not familiar with them.
Are you referring to the Saradomin berries?
I've never.
These are
What?
especially rare.
Rare now. How so?
Well, they only grow in a certain location, and they're often used for rituals rather than drinks. So it's very hard to get them in berry juice form for consumption, as you know, Saradomas buy them up.
Alright. Go on ahead and either roll for persuasion or deception.
Okay. All right. The only time I'm doing my thing, I got a 12. Oh wait, don't I have luck? Oh, I might use my luck point here. Hold on.
Alright, go ahead, yeah.
Might roll again with my luck. Not much better, but a 14.
He looks at the berry in there, and he looks at you. What did you roll? Deception or perception? Persuasion.
Persuasion.
He looks at you and he goes, I'm going to be honest with you, mate. I'm not really convinced that this is the type of stuff you're telling me, or that you're aware what they really do. But I will take it off your hand, and instead of 4,400, I'll up the price for 4,500.
Okay, well, that is what you said earlier, but I'll take it.
Well, he said, well, in case I did, I meant to say 4,400. So he did want to up the price. My mind is somewhere else right now. But yeah, so the point was that if I did say 4,500, I meant to say 400. So I'll rise it up. Instead of 500, you get 4,600.
All right. Yeah, I can work with that.
Great. Go over there and speak to my right hand, Gibbs. Gibbs will be able to sort the pricing for you and everything, and where you could put your fantastic berries at.
All right, I head over to Gib, picking up my backpack. All right, Gibby, where can I put all this?
Gibbs looks and goes, the captain made a deal with you. Alright, he points over and he goes, you'll want to take all that over there to the stocking area. And do not touch the rum. The lads here are very strict about the rum, and the captain does not like some of his stash touched. Got it?
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I'm more of a cocktail woman anyways.
Ah, I'd agreed with you there, but my taste of cocktails has gone away. He says as he's leading you to the storage. Cocktails are only fine after I get a bit tipsy. But they, what's the word? They no longer satisfy the man like myself need to get himself drunk enough to enjoy the finer things in life.
I can understand that.
Good, not everybody does. Anyway, all you have to do now is take it over here and place it up there on the barrel. And how much did the captain charge you for these?
4,600, and I'll take it and stock it up here for you because I need to keep my backpack after all.
All right
So
then.
as he leads me over there, I'll start like stocking the
Not
the,
a, I understand. Don't worry. You do that. I'm going to go to the quarters, the captain quarters, and write you a check of that amount. Since we are honest businessmen, the ship has its own bank account. Ha! Who knew being an official privateer would actually work? The last time we were a privateer, we weren't official. We worked for these, what's them folks? Godless members.
Oh yeah, I've heard about them. They don't believe in the gods or something like that.
As he walks out, he goes, something like that, more that they don't believe the worship. But hey, politics. As he starts leaving, and you're alone there. So do you be honest and give them your entire stocks?
Yep, I just start unloading all the berry juices I have, stacking them up nice and neatly.
All right. As you're doing all that, you place everything down, and you start walking out. You see that the rest of the folks are walking in now. And Kenway is looking over and he goes, welcome, gents. And, of course, lady. He says at Barrow, as he gives like a respectful bow, removing his hat. He places his hat back, and then he does the same thing to Claire, who I do remember they said that I can treat them as a support character. My other lady, forgive me. You were hidden behind the White Knight himself. Now, do you want to jump scare him now, Thumble, or do you want to wait on the right opportunity?
Alright, I just want to stand behind him now, like sneak over, stand behind him, and just wait until he notices me.
Alright. As he turns around and he notices you, he goes, Sarah Doman's beer! Oh! You...
Hello, Captain.
Thimble, it's so great to see you. He starts checking his pockets for a moment and he goes, you were already in my quarters, weren't you?
Yeah, you really should do a better job at hiding your shit, man. Like, really leaving it all on the table?
To be... you can see he's trying to like hold back the a sarcastic remark before he goes, I'll take that to consideration, my good patron. After all, you are all welcome to this fine ship. As he goes, it's good to see you again. And in Gnomish tongue, he goes, you sneaky little bastard.
Know your fucking place, trash. I reply back in Gnomish.
He turns around.
I reply in Gnomish and go, this isn't going to affect my deal, is it? This whole thing you guys got going on?
Now, this is a personal thing. Don't worry about it.
He responds in Gnomish and goes, me and him goes way back. A little personal, competitive friendship, right? He said, looking at you with a very stern smile.
Right.
Very right. He looks back and goes, and Carmen goes, now then, I have taken the liberty to give you one of the finest locations for you to be able to sleep in and enjoy. Gibbs will take you there. In the meantime, if you do get hungry, he looks over to Asumi and goes, you can eat free. But sadly, and he looks at Tempo with a very mischievous smile and goes, the rest of your comrades cannot. As the rule of the privateering company, the naval privateering company of Ascarnia, I'm only allowed to accommodate free meals to official Asgardian military forces or political figures. Your friends are not that. Asumi goes, I see. And he looks over the temple to see if he wants to add anything to try to convince them something. I don't know. Like he just said to convince them. Well, what do you want him to try to convince Asumi just to make it easier for Temple here? Okay, so like he gives you the try to convince them that you are official political figures somehow.
I mean, last I checked, we were a part of the mercenary protocol, such that we are working for the Asgardian military. To a degree, we are serving the White Knights to essentially take care of official Asgardian business.
Thank you for bringing the mercenary protocol. I completely forgot of that out of character. So as you hit him with the mercenary protocol, he looks at Asumi for confirmation, who I would assume nods, and then he looks back to you with the fuck you look on his face and goes, ah, so then you are indeed official hires of the... And then he kind of curses under his breath and goes, then you're all entitled to free drinks. Just understand we don't have snacks, so you will be given free meals 3 times a day. And if you want extra, you will have to pay. Does that sound fair?
That seems perfectly fair, Captain.
And he looks at you and goes, with the at least you know to call me Captain, before he turns around and goes, then please enjoy the stay and try not to cause trouble with the crews. Most of them are still gentlemen of the seas before they turn into the life of privateers. Asumi looks and goes, they're still pirates by heart. But they know the rules. After all, they still technically fear me. As he says that, he goes and he turns around and he starts walking up to the to where the navigator is, and proceeds to talk to them about where they need to go. Asumi, remind me, you did say you had to go to... You did tell him you were needed to go to Ashdale, correct? Okay, yeah, you would've. Okay. Alright. So, Gibbs leads you guys to the first part of the ship, on the first level of the ship, sorry. Going from the top to the bottom. So there's like the top of the ship, the deck, and then there's the first layer. And he goes, alright. So, this is where you folks be sleeping in. He goes on ahead and he shows you, which is a very comfortable sleeping quarters for you guys. Made enough bed and rooms for all of you. And he goes, now the captain took liberty to ensuring that we had enough comfortabilities for you folks. You have yourself a very fine fabric of blankets, a very comfortable bed, light source, and You have the windows, obviously. We made sure we shined it enough for you to look out into the open seas. Oh, and in case any of you have never gone out to sea, he gestures over to a bucket. You know, to do your business of the, whatever you have in your stomach coming out the front door. Oh, assuming added it's midway going, well, at least this is better than going in the air.
I disagree with that. I forget, have we already ridden a ship before in this playthrough?
I don't think so. Mostly be doing land travel, honestly.
Yeah. Farrah's not going to take this well. She lived in a pocket dimension her entire life, basically, and has never been on a ship.
Ooh. Yeah, no, out of character, you guys have never been on a ship. You've been on a gnome copter, but never on a ship.
Yeah, gnome copters are good with her, but not ships.
Alright. Anybody wants to ask Mr. Gibbs anything?
Hey Gibbs, what Gibbs?
Alright. Crap. I got a notification? Okay, that the microphone is off. Yes! My microphone is gonna be off, so I can avoid background noises. Thank you for the notification, Streamlab. Anyway, crap. My mind just went blank for a moment. Let me just repeat again. Does anybody want to say, ask, or do anything before Gibbs leaves?
No.
Did you finish writing up my check, Gibby?
Alright. So, you are now setting sail as you start feeling the ship movement. Obviously, Barra, you are not used to a ship. For those of you who haven't been on a ship, this is probably new to you as well, as the ship rocking would cause you to stumble a bit, bump into other people, and everything. Now, I have to ask this. Who amongst you, aside from Barra, are easy to get seasick?
I'm fine.
Poor Barra. I know, I'm sorry, Barra. But what about Rudovic? Luke, are you guys prone to get seasick, or do you guys think your characters, or are your characters able to handle it?
Do you mind if I roll a constitution check on this to see, like, you know, let's the dice decide.
If you're able to, like, withstand it, yeah. I was actually gonna ask Barry to do the same thing, to roll a Constitution saving throw, but both of you can roll it. Go ahead.
17.
22.
All right. So, Rudy, even though, you know, luckily you've been on solid ground enough, you've been on a gnome copter, you're able to withstand the rocking of the ship enough. Your stomach, you could feel that the rocking is a bit making your stomach uneasy, that you feel it in you, and you manage to hold it in and just let out a slight burp instead of whatever you have in you. Barra, you, even though you're you're like a dog in a band, trying to stay up, but sometimes stumble a bit, having to hold on to a railing or something, and you can feel this new feeling of the rocking of the ship making you sick, that everything in your stomach is hitting like the walls and all. But as you feel like you're about to bring something out, you hold it in, you swallow, and you're just breathing, and you see that you managed to keep it in there. But you do make the kind of sound, like a gagging sound, but that your body wants to throw up, but you're rejecting it. And you guys, the rest of you probably are good with it for past experience, but you do notice Bera having the worst of it for never being there, and Rudovic is just trying his best to keep his stomach calm.
I nudge the bucket near Bera.
No, I'm good.
You do not sound good.
I'm wondering.
Nearby.
Assuming goes, perhaps you should sit down. There's some stools around.
I'm not sitting, I say as I'm wobbling around.
You know, one thing I've heard that does pretty well is if you tie a rope up and you hold it while the ship moves, it helps reduce some of the seasickness.
You got a rope?
Of course I got a rope. I just go tie a little rope. Is there something to tie the rope on up top? DM?
Yeah, sorry. One of the crew members looks at you and goes, "Aye!" He goes over. You can tie it over there. It's where we have usually most of our rope tied. And he points at where you could usually see they have several rope tied that leads up to the mast. You could basically tie it there. You can see one of them is empty because they moved that one all the way to the center pole of the ship.
All right, so I tie that into a little knot for Barra to hold on to. So I just motion for Barra to hold that and just go with the flow.
I wobble over there and I grab the thing.
I need you to do me a favor and roll for a dexterity saving throw since you're walking over there.
Okie dokie. 21.
Your luck today is amazing. I can't wait to see it for the rest of the day. So you start walking over, and a lot of the crew members looking, and they're just kind of chuckling like, "Aye, look, someone who's never been on a ship before. Oh man, taking bets. You can hear that. Aye, I bet 20 she'll make it. Ah, please, I'll bet 50 she won't. I'll bet 100 that she'll trip and fall." You are filled with that determination to win that. Do you wanna say anything about those pirates making bets, or do you want to focus on making it?
100 on that I make it.
Aye, she's in the bet too. Let's go. Asumi's just face palming at the whole situation happening as you're making it. Dimple, where you're standing, and to your point of view, it almost looks like Bera is walking like a toddler, like their first baby steps, trying to make it to, not to you specifically, but to the parent. So you could see her like about to hurl, but at the same time like wobbling like a toddler's first step, to where eventually she makes it and holds on to dear life. And you hear some pirates going, "Ah, bullshit! Aha! Pay up, me and the gnome!"
Mm-hmm. Alright, my work here is done. Goodbye. And I just kind of walk back.
Yes. So, give me 1 minute, Barra, to calculate how much did you make? Where is my other, there you are. Right. So, you made a grand total of 300 gold coins. Barra, congratulations.
Yippee.
So you're handed the 300 gold coin and goes, "Good work. I knew you could make it. You had that determination look on your face. What be your name?"
Barra Winkin.
Ah, Baron Winkin. let me tell you something right now. Give your body some good adjustment. You don't want to eat just yet. Once you get used to the ship, it'll take a while for your body to understand it. You'll want to throw up. Don't fight it a lot. You'll want to make sure you don't look green, because the ship will make you look green if you try to hold too much of it. So, let it out whenever you see that you can't hold it. And then eat something. You want to keep yourself nutritious. I
just realized Bear's still wearing your face mask. I'm gonna remove that just in case.
He sees you do that, he goes, ah, clever. You definitely don't want that, because the smell. You see that one over there? You see he points at an individual that also wears a face mask. He forgot to do the same thing. It was a bloody mess. Hilarious too. But of course, I would never make fun of you. He chuckles a bit before walking away.
Right.
Alright.
You might want to wring it out, Barra, and leave it out to dry.
I didn't get anything in it yet. I just remembered about it though.
So the ship continues, and luckily for Barra, you manage to get used to the rocking enough that you still wobble, but you're able to not, wobble too much. Rudovic, you manage to learn to keep your footing. I need the both of you again to roll for a Constitution saving throw to see if you're managed to avoid the blue.
14.
18.
Alright. So for Barra, you managed to keep it in again. It doesn't look like it was a strong hurl coming out, but it managed to be enough that you swallow and then let out a small burp. Enough that your body seems satisfied with it. Rudovic, however, you seem to almost got it, but sadly you couldn't hold it enough that you feel like you are going to hurl, no matter what. Would you like to do it on the deck or run over to the edge and just let it all out in the water?
I will let it out overboard.
Alright. So you're like, I got it. And then, nope, you turn around quickly, thankfully, and you take a good run to let it out overboard, and you're just, and you let it all out. You find yourself relieved, but your body just brings you down a little bit. That was horrible. Like, your body wants to do it again now. So you find yourself almost in a situation where you are hung over and you're just looking into the toilet just in case. So you're doing that. You're looking into the water just in case you need to release some more. Do me a favor and roll for a perception check.
23.
Nice. So as you're there trying to calm yourself, looking at the ocean for a moment, you spot something in the sea. As you squint and you look closer, you do see there are several sea creatures. And within deeper, you see what appears to be a creature with the lower half of their body that of an aquatic creature. What you could tell seems to be of a fish, while the upper part is that of humanoid. The figure looks like they have long hair, and they may be what's the word, feminine and body shape. But as you blink for a moment, they're sort of gone, as they seem to have gone deeper into the water.
Oh, that's a shame. I just had a pretty nice view.
He looks, Sumi looks and goes, "What do you mean?"
I saw. What the fuck? I saw something in the water, like a pretty woman. I don't know, but I'm probably hallucinating from being seasick, but who cares?
Kenway speaks up. Or maybe ye saw, sorry, or maybe you saw a mermaid. They're not rare amongst these parts of the seas, but usually they're either a sign of good luck or bad, depending on what they do.
Same could be said about a barmaid.
Or anything, really.
He looks over. Kenway looks over to Luke and goes, "This one understands the fact that you should always treat a woman with respect." With Gibbs goes, "If only you had that reputation, Captain." So he goes, "I treat women with nothing but respect. Sadly, sometimes they misunderstand my respect."
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Asumi leans in with the group and goes, "I feel like most of that is that he never tells that one is a mistress and the other is his partner." Lucky for you, Kenway doesn't hear that as he continues to talk to the navigator on where to go. And the ship keeps hitting through the ocean as it's maneuvering its way out of the port. It's already out of the port, I mean, but it's maneuvering to head southwest now, as you could tell. A few hours passes as you all start smelling food, cooked food, fresh even. As you look around, depending on where you are, as you're going to go to find the food, you could see that it is on the second part of the ship, on the first level of the ship. Sorry, there's the top, first, and second. So on the first, you see that it's on the center to let the smoke out. So like that, the ship doesn't get too smoking and suffocate everybody in there. So you can see that they're cooking and they're making a bunch of delicious meal. They're making burgers or steamed hams for anybody that calls it hamburger. They're making fried fish, steaks, ground beef chopped up with rice and chopped up to add it with rice. They're making chilies. They're making a lot of stuff, and you can see they also are slicing up oranges as well. And on the corner, Bera, if you do go there, you also see them adding berry juice, your berry juice, into drinks as well.
Very nice.
The cook, for anybody who's there, the cook looks at you and goes, "Ah, hello there. I am the chef of this fine establishment." Oh, obviously the ship. I can tell you folks are looking at this with a bit of a hunger in your eyes. I'm almost done. But please, I recommend taking some oranges They're very good for you to drink, to eat, and maybe drink if you want to make it into juice, especially for sea travels. All right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Fantastic. So he goes on ahead and he finishes up, and eventually he gives to you your meal, where you start eating, drinking, and enjoying yourselves. Is there anything you guys would like to do during your time of eating? Maybe talk, plan something out, you know, anything.
Nah, just vibing and eating.
Sumi says, as he's vibing and eating as well, I assume. So, if we end up finding something in Ashdale, I'm going to assume it's probably rigged with traps. Simple, I am going to probably have to ask you to scout ahead and make sure that every traps are found and disabled.
Alright, sounds good.
With that, he continues eating as he gives you a nod. As you guys finish up eating, and you spend another few hours basically on the ship, probably doing what your own thing. Let's make it easier for the rest of us and the viewers at home. During the ship travel of the day, let's see, how long would it take you guys reach there? Oh yeah, that's right, I have to put it down. Okay, not that long. Alright, so it's gonna be a good 3-day ship travel, going between different stops and everything. During those times, is there anything that anybody and all of you would like to do? I assume it's typing, but yeah, anybody want to do anything during the ship travel and the dock stopping?
Yeah, Bara's gonna start like creating berries with like her ability and just rejuicing them, just trying to fill up her stocks again.
All right.
Nah, just gonna relax. Just
Alright, so Sumi says he's gonna try to he's gonna do 3 things for those days travel. So, okay, so let me read. Alright, so he wants to continue doing his military routine training as well, but also hit the books to study with Claire, who's happy enough to teach you the basics of magic. So first, let's do your 3-day stuff with 3 rolls for strength then. Yeah, like 3 regular strength rolls. Natural 20 for 25, I see. A 17. And a 13. Alright. Let me check something real quick. Alright, so with that natural 20, I will say that you do end up getting a success, which is twice there. So with doing your training, you do end up improving 1 to at least 1 strength. And now I need you to roll for your I believe it was intelligence because you still want to train the magic, correct? Yes. Okay. So go ahead. The 3 times intelligence. Oof. All right. That's a 7. Another 7. Damn. All right, and a 19. All right. So studying those 3 days with Claire, also, you do end up seeing that you are struggling to understand the basic of spellcasting. I mean, you not the basic, like the more advanced. Sorry, like so she's trying to teach you the more advanced spellcasting, but you do find yourself struggling. That you finally understood in the last minute, but it's not enough to like increase your understanding of what she said. Just enough of what she means. So you don't gain any points to that. Anybody else would like to do anything?
I would like to train my strength.
All right. So because you already did 1 today, and it's gonna be a 3 days travel, I'll let you roll for 3 again, but it won't. It might not increase your strength, depending, because I had a rule which is just the rolls per session, but since it's gonna be travel, I'll allow it.
Okay. So just 1 strength check, right?
Yeah, just 2 strength check. For the sake of it, just 2.
Alright, so that's a 3 and 19.
Alright, so I'll say that you join Asumi in the training to, like, you know, be each other's training partner, I guess, if you both want. Do you guys want to do that? Are you fine with that?
Let's go for it. I'm down.
Asumi says yeah. So you guys are like spotting each other, training each other. And at first, Asumi had to help you. Asumi had to help you go on ahead and keep you steady because on your first roll you were failing. You failed because of the rocking of the ship. You weren't used to training on solid ground that moves. So after that, hold up. After that, you managed to get it with him, as you can see him getting through. And obviously, you see you're with each other. You're basically keeping each other there. But yeah, so luckily you managed. You still feel your body used to the rocking, and it's getting used to the limit that you have. Meanwhile, Luke, you asked the question. What was it?
Yeah, I did that dex roll earlier for the jogging, I suppose, on the way to Port Sarum. Was I supposed to do
Yeah.
a second roll at that time?
Well, no, because you did roll. Hold up. You did roll only once, but since it's gonna be a 3-day travel, you could roll twice, and we'll see if you gain a point or not.
$16.
Oh,
13.
so you rolled a 16 and a 13.
Yep.
All right. So. All right. So with that, you also decide to do like a small jog around the ship, which a lot of crew members looks at you very weird. Obviously, you're training yourself. The first day, you end up getting it pretty good, but the next day you end up stumbling a bit because the waves were a little bit too rougher. And so you found yourself not struggling, but you just having a little bit of a hard time trying to keep your foot on the ground without having moments where you just wobble a bit, where you have to like just stop the jog to balance yourself out and keep going. So you are used to the ship, and you do notice you're getting a little faster, but not enough to count as a level up on your dexterity.
Roger.
All right, let me check something. All right. So with that, after your days of travel, you finally find yourself arriving to Ashdale, which let me get a picture of the location real quick. All right, there you go. So, you find yourself making port to Ashdale with Kenway going, "All right, gents, we are here. Welcome to the fabulous island town of Ashdale. Very small, very remote. If you need anything, obviously, the ship will be here whenever you're ready to depart. But try not to take too long. And try not to die if there is some situation here that you may stumble upon. Savvy?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We'll
come
try.
now. Oh, come now. I am only saying this for your well-being. I care enough. Asumi goes, "Right. We'll let you know when we're ready to depart. Just get the ship ready in case of anything. And especially those cannon. I feel as if we might go on ahead and have a fight." "Ah, so you suspect trouble. Not towards the city, I hope." Asumi goes, "No, not towards the city, just something else." "Ah. Then I'll have me crew be prepared for whatever it is that we may encounter. You and we may encounter. In the meantime, I'm going to have my crew start restocking on supplies." Alright, so with that, you start stepping off the port of Ashdale. Which, let me grab you the image of the city of the town real quick. I have it on the Steam, but obviously for the rest of you to see. While I give a horrible, detailed description.
It's filled with
Anyway.
people.
So, as you come out of the port, you see every part of the town itself, every roof is in the pinkish color. As you can see street lights on some corners of the locations. From the distance, you can see that there is an island itself that houses a church of Saradomin. And outside of the port, as you're walking through, you start making it through the town itself, where you see the town people waving at you, hello, welcoming you. Some recognizing Asumi as a white knight due to his armor, and they just give like a slight bow. Looking over this. All right. Yeah. So as you're walking across the town, you do see the mayor. Let me see if I can get his name. I'm pretty sure there was a mayor. Where the hell is he? Okay. So as you find the mayor, who's a very grumpy old man, who looks at you guys, Almost as if he has already trouble with you, like he's about to pick a fight. You having his cane, holding him, and a pipe on his lip before he removes it and goes, "What do you folks want?" Asumi responds with, We are here on official White Knight duty. I have been informed that there's someone here reporting about a advanced technological discovery. It may be linked to one of our investigation." He puts the pipe back in his mouth as you're talking, as he starts blowing through it. And he looks at you and he goes, "I know what you want." He goes and he points over to the church. "Them folks holding it in. One of your White Knight agents," he says, like tapping your armor. Not aggressively, just gently. "It's in there. They're the one who discovered it. But now they closed the damn church. Me folks in this town is keeping themselves occupied, but they want to use the church. So hurry it up." Asumi's typing again. He looks at the old man tapping on his armor and he goes, "Right. Try to keep that cane to yourself, though. You wouldn't want to poke somebody's eye out." He says as he turns to lead the rest of you to the church, he goes, "You young ones these days can't even take a goddamn poke." As he says, as he turns around, he starts walking to the opposite direction. As you all enter the church, you see a familiar attire of white armor, which shows evidence of them being from Falador, White Knight themselves. As he turns around and he goes, "Ah, reinforcement! I'm glad. Thank goodness, I'm glad. You guys are here about what I have discovered, correct?"
Yeah.
Good. Asumi also entered, yeah, but that was like a quick yes. I didn't see him typing. He goes, "Oh, good. All right, come with me." He starts leading you guys over to a trap door, and he goes, "This was supposedly very well hidden from us. Or, not from us, I'm sorry, from the people of Ashdale. They never seen this before. Supposedly, it has been here for quite some time. I managed to enter it. I don't know how deep it goes, but I did find the first layer of it. I couldn't find any trap, nor did I trigger anything, in case you're worried about it. But what I did discover was that there's a lot of Teragardian technology from the reports. So I'd recommend the reinforcement. They told me that they would send you guys, since you're dealing with some Teragardian stuff, right?"
Yeah, that's right.
Alright. So nothing was touched. Everything was left alone. I did have some of the cards, the town's guards, ensure that the church was left alone so nobody goes down there. I did see some symbol of Saradomin. So be aware that if you do find some religious stuff there, it's from the basement itself. So Asumi's typing, and he goes, "That makes sense. Wait up here until further instruction. Temple, I guess you're up."
Alrighty. I crack my knuckles and I start doing my.
Alright. So obviously all of you do first to the goals. You all do go down as well to the first floor. Which, like he said, it just has Teragardian stuff. Nothing noteworthy, like no books or anything. It's just like Teragardian's, what's the word? Art, buildings, materials, and everything. Like almost like somebody was trying to build, like a chair or something, like architecture stuff. Then you find a doorway that leads to a hall, which now, Thimble, is where you will walk in. With your passive perception, you do find that there are several traps around the area. What is your passive investigation? I never asked.
Also 19.
Also 19. Goddamn. Okay.
Yeah, well, they're both +9s. One's from expertise, one's from just the fact that I have a big brain.
Right. That's right. Okay. So with both passives, you also find out that this triggers something. It's not triggered anything for a wire, but you do find that it could trigger something magical or something on the walls. To disable it, you will need to roll a sleight of hand.
26.
Fantastic. So with that, you start disabling it, and click, and then the plate just stays there, locked in place. As you investigate, if you investigate it further, you could tell that this is powered by something. There is a sort of tube connected to it, but the tube is like a light little red electricity from the bottom of it leading somewhere. You don't know where yet. But you did disable the trap within the hallway. You go on to the next room. The door is closed, and it's not locked though. What would you like to do?
First, I'd like to check it for traps.
I mean, obviously. All right. So with your passive investigation, you do end up seeing that it is filled with a trap as well. Give me one quick minute. Hold up.
Alright, while he's checking that, I have a quick question for my fellow D&D players. Does
Yeah.
reliable talent overwrite natural ones?
Sorry, repeat that.
Well, you see, natural 1s and natural 20s are usually just for combat.
Oh, so that means then, yeah,
So
it would.
yes.
Alright, thank you.
Unless you guys are doing a house rule where natural 1s are critical failures on everything.
Oh no, not necessarily, but let's be honest. Has natural one ever helped succeed in anything?
Well, the thing is, I have a thing that makes it so that if I have at least proficiency in something, all my 9 or lowers becomes 10. So, like, I was just asking if that overwrites the natural 1.
Yeah, so then it probably would help to a point, but not that much, I guess. Depending on the DC check.
Yeah, so basically what I'm just saying is that if I roll a natural 1 on one of those skill checks, I don't have to worry about it being a critical failure.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a
obviously,
0
yeah.
to it becomes a 10.
Alright, so continuing. As you go on ahead and you find, you check for the door for traps, you do find it. And the door triggers another magical trap. Sleight of hand again to disable it. Wow, that word for some reason was hard to say. You there?
So, yes. Yes, I'm there. What's up?
Just roll for sleight of hand to disable.
$22.
All right. As you go on ahead and you start disabling it, you feel like you almost messed up, but you're like, I don't think so. Like you stop yourself midway from even breaking your tools or even triggering it. You just stop, rewind your steps, and disable the trap perfectly. Where you open the door, where you can still now open the door, and you notice that the magical trap would have been Very painful for anybody who decides to walk over. So now you're in you see the room itself, and the room is clear. No traps or anything. You do find that the room is filled with what seems to be magical experimentation with ruins and an Inquisitor staff itself. And as you look, you do find some journals. Would you like to inform your friends that the room is clear? Or would you like to investigate? All right.
Yeah, I'll say to the others, all right, room's clear. You can come in.
Oh, come on in.
I will follow.
Asumi also goes in, and the first thing he looks through is the journal. All right. So as you pick up the journal is written in the front of the journal. It's just written in Teragardian, but it does not like a title. It looks more like someone just wrote on it in Teragardian, which you could probably assume is the name of a person, which you can't read. As you open it, though, luckily it does have common in it. Some pages Teragardian, some pages is common mixed with Teragardian. So as you read through, you've come to learn as you're reading through that this is not the same Teragardian that you're after, but is someone who was sent to Gielinor in search for the two missing Teragardian, the Magister and the Inquisitor. By the way, Asumi is reading this out loud. He mentioned that he's reading this out loud. So you're all hearing him read that he's discovered this, and that this individual has decided to experiment on the world's magic with using the rune stones first. Discovering that rune stones is not a good backup to their finite resource. But it does seem like a good replacement for them to use magic. But they call it primitives. A lowly use of an attempt of magic. Obviously, it's not that serious of a crime, but they do suggest doing this one way or another. The page continues in explaining how they attempted to see if they could connect to the world's life force, hearing that it is possible for certain creatures, but they failed to. On the final page, you see that it says that eventually he'll go to the lower level to finish on a experimentation he's working on in hope to locate the Inquisitors. The Inquisitor and the Magister.
Are there any runes for me to loot?
Any ruins? Sadly, no. I mean, there are the stones, but you could tell, like, they were drained. Like, it's crumbled and or broken. Like, whatever experimentation they were doing pretty much did a lot that breaks the stones themselves.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, and just to clarify, it's not the same crumble and breaking that happens when you cast a spell, where they just completely crumble to dust.
I understand. Still, he's a motherfucker for wasting perfectly good runes on his stupid experiment. So, anything worth looting?
Yes, actually, you could tell, even though Asumi couldn't read it in the journal, you can tell that there are jewelries around that you could tell that just by looking at it, he was experimenting on probable enchantments. Sadly, some are broken, but lucky for you, you did find something that is gonna be worth a lot of money for you. Dragonstones, at least 4 of them.
Or Dragonstone, let's go. So like just Dragonstone jewelry or like Dragonstones?
Like Dragonstone. Like there's 3 Dragonstones.
Delicious. Gonna pocket those.
Asumi says he looks at you just happily pocketing them and goes, really?
Yeah, we need as much money as we can sometimes, man.
Alright, so with that, yeah, assuming you also look around to see if there's anything worth to taking evidence. You do find a letter addressed to the Inquisitor here, or in Teragardian, because I don't know the ranks, so I'm not gonna say everyone is Inquisitor. So I'll say the Teragardian here, and as you open the letter and read it, it says, we have not received any words from you yet. We would like an update for what you have said, for what you have discovered, sorry. If you cannot find them in the next 3 days, we expect reports, and we want you to search for another Teragardian. One who has been exiled and is claiming to be king. Let me find his name. Well, I mean, I know his name, but I gotta make sure I get the whole title. Okay, so yeah, it's, god damn it, I can't pronounce this. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm just not gonna say the name then, but I think I got the pronunciation. Forgive me. All right, so we need to look for the self-proclaimed king of Ananka. He is went to the world, and we need to know where he is. Keep an eye on him. Assuming, then, do you still want to read that out loud, or do you want to? Because I noticed you deleted it. Okay. Okay. Alright, so Sumi responds with, it seems this one is also asked to locate King Arthur.
Well, I guess we have the advantage of what's it called? Potentially keeping that guy safe.
Sumi also asked if you could like determine how long ago was this base created. Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation for me. A 9. You can't tell how long. It's not recent, but it's not too long also. Not like the tower that you witnessed. But you can't tell how long ago this was in place. But you can at least tell that it's not as old as the tower. Asumi responds with saying, this place is not as old as the tower. I wonder if this one came here after the Magister and Inquisitor.
I don't know.
Sumi says, "Whoa, I'm just thinking out loud. Oh, we have a redeem hydration again, so anybody needs to drink water, do so." But reading Asumi's statement, he goes, "I guess it's just me thinking out loud. I guess we're gonna have to continue investigating." Temple, next room.
All right.
Alright, so luckily the next room doesn't have a door, but it does, and then the hallway was pretty small. But I'm going obviously to assume you are gonna get investigate for traps. With your passive, you're noticing that the traps are being a little bit more well hidden. You still find them, luckily. There is a pressure plate right in front of the doorway to the next room. And you spot a tripwire next to what you could tell is a sort of orb sitting in the center of a room, of the rooms. When you're ready, roll for sleight of hand to disable.
22.
Alright, I should clarify, you're disabling the pressure plate first. Alright, so you go on ahead and you disable the pressure plate pretty easy, without any problem. As you go to the tripwire, go ahead and roll for sleight of hand for that one.
22.
Damn. So many 22s. So, you go on ahead and you carefully disable it without triggering the trap accidentally. As you look around just to make sure there's no more trap, you do notice one. That one leads to the next room. Do you want to disable that one now or later?
Sorry, what was that?
All right.
Disable which one?
All right, so one more sleight of hand.
22.
Hey, I think this might be a sign. I don't know what, but it has to do something with 22. I'm not a fortune teller, but it sounds, you know. Anyway, all right. So you managed to disable that trap as well, and the room is clear. You can call your friends in.
All right, folks, come on in. Everything's safe now.
So while they're coming in, you do just to make sure while they're coming in, Thimble, you do find some loot. Lucky for you, you find several gold rings, about 6 in total, and you also find a strange-looking ruin. I would say it's strange to you because you've never seen it. At least not something that your aunt taught you yet. But it does have a face of a demon in front of it.
Oh, this needs some research.
So let me ask if you can see it. I say yeah if Thimble basically is holding it instead of pocketing it quickly.
Look.
Alright.
Looky.
Alright. So he goes, "I feel like that's a bad omen. We should throw that away."
Nope.
You think
It's mine
anything
now.
that's not Saradomin is a bad omen?
For once, she's right. All right, and how many gold rings do you say I find?
He real quick, he does first a total of 6, and he responds with, "It has the face of a demon. That should be a bad omen."
Yeah, okay, but given the fact that we have, worked with a potentially dangerous demon, I think we can make an exception for a rock.
Are you referring to Lilith
Dude, no.
or the vampire woman?
Bera, why are you like this?
I just gotta figure out which one you're talking about.
So, as you say the name, I'm gonna need everyone in the room to roll a wisdom saving throw.
All right, once. Thanks, Bera.
15.
13.
You rolled the wrong one there, Asumi.
11.
8.
Oh, everyone's doing horrible.
I'm gonna heroic inspiration that.
Alright, so Asumi got a 25. Okay. So, hearing the name Lilith, Asumi you managed to, give a quick glance over the barrel, what the fuck? And you feel an presence in your mind that luckily you managed to shield yourself through quick prayer in your head that you're just, sighing in relief of this headache.
So 19.
I heard you roll again. I see you roll again, Luke. You're using that inspiration, right?
Si, senor.
All right, then yeah, you're done that 19. And you too, Luke, you managed to do a quick magic incantation to try to block off that, because you remember the last time it happened. But for the rest of you, you all get the worst possible headache in your mind, and the image of a demonic female demon flash before you before the headache goes away, dealing a total of, when I have all my dice labeled and in place, for some reason I can't find the one specific dice. Alright, you all take, let me see, luckily it wasn't this much, but you take a 12 psychic damage.
Thanks, Bera.
I keep forgetting that her name is so mean. She was so nice to us.
For
How
the
much
love
is
of
using?
Jagex, Bera.
It was 12 damage.
Yeah, just total 12.
Jagex sake, Bera. Just stop talking if I ever bring her up, alright?
Right.
Assuming goes, refer to her as demonic child, that's all. And Asumi says that he wants to keep count. This is the first time they used her name outside of, yes, that's the first time you guys used her name outside of meeting her. So he wants to say something else as he's typing. Hold up. He goes, let's try to avoid saying her name 2 more times, please.
Wait, why? What happens 2 more times?
Don't ask. Anyway, as I was trying to ask, how many gold rings?
Yeah, 6 gold rings. Yeah, it's 6 gold rings. 6, total of 6.
Yay.
Alright. So as the guys are looking around, yeah, so in the center of the room, there is a pedestal holding a orb around it. It seems deactive, but you do see that there's a way to activate it with a simple tap. It's one of those orbs that all you have to do is tap it and it can boom. Who wants to turn it on? Asumi says he would like to use detect magic to see if you do detect or investigate. Not investigate, sorry, identify. Alright, so he goes on ahead and he makes a quick incantation for detect magic, which it allows you to see that the orb is magical. is not active, but you do find that it has some magical property in it. There is no other magic around, so you don't have to worry about any magical traps being activated like that. Alright, he's typing. Alright, he says he goes on ahead and he activates the orb. And with that, the orb glows and a holograph of an individual pops up right in front of all of you. And he seems to be wearing a Magister outfit, where he goes, "This is the final attempt to sending you a message, I gotta stop saying Inquisitor. This is the final message for you. You have not responded. We are going to assume the planet is slightly hostile and will attempt to reevaluate our plans to taking it over. In the meantime, if you are alive, we expect full update on your absence. You speak of a project. This project of yours better be worth it. Whatever attempt it means to find the former king and the two missing individuals. This is the last time you are here, Alex. Sorry, this is the last time you will hear from us, Alex, and we expect an answer. If not, communications will be lost permanently." And it vanishes quickly, with the orb lighting up one more time, and then another message appears. Where is the Inquisitor that you're looking for? And he goes, "So, sorry. So, White Knight and his comrades, I see you have made it this far. If you are reading this message, I can assume you're tracking me down or managed to hear of this vault. Perhaps you're too late, or perhaps we are meeting once again. What's inside this vault is a promise of something dangerous. Something that I look forward to using against the rest of you when I thoroughly repair it." You start feeling a rumble within the room. I wish you luck. And perhaps you will see you are mistaken in declining my offer. And the hologram disappears. And the room shakes one last time before it settles. Before Asumi looks around and goes, "Why do I have a feeling we may have triggered something else?"
Well, gee, it could have been the shaking or, the ominous message.
Nah, I'm sure it's all good. What could go wrong?
Everything went wrong. The moment they decided to utter one word, they got jumped by 20,000 yelps demanding they play the wheel. Jokes aside, Asumi goes, "Well, hopefully that's just a sign that he was here and he just activated whatever he wanted and left with it."
It's never going to be that easy.
Sorry, what was that?
It's never gonna be that easy.
You know me so well. So with that, the next room is just ahead. Dimple, I guess this is your moment to shine again.
All right, what, sleight of hand again, or you want me to actually roll persuade or perception slash investigation?
No, this time you're fine since you managed to get the doorway, but you enter the room, so there's nothing in there because of your passive. But now you will need to roll, now that you're in the room, because you're clear for now. Now that you're in the room, I am going to need you to roll for investigation.
25.
Nice. All right, so with that 25, you look around and you find that there is a magical trap. Let me rephrase that. There is a very thin and invisible trap in front of you that you managed to catch due to the lighting of the torches that lit up the moment you walk in. You can tell that this is a very recent trap. Evidence that there may be more of the most recent trap and less of the old trap. To disable it, go ahead and roll for sleight of hand.
30.
God damn, was that a natural or just like a flat 30?
That was an 18.
God damn. Alright. So, as you go on ahead and you disable it, it's a tripwire, something you're very used to disabling. You look around again. I'm gonna need another investigation.
22.
You find another trap. This one is hidden under a rug. As you go to open it, you see that it was a trap door that is meant to open the moment someone steps on it. There is no way to disable it, but you can certainly point it out when the rest comes in, so they can avoid the trap door.
Yep. Anything else?
Everything else seems to be fine, but that trap door, I should mention, that trap door does lead to the next room. So luckily you cleared all of the traps, and as you finally focus the room for a moment, you find something shocking. You think you're in a treasury room, as the entire room has a shit ton of gold coins. But there's a downside.
Oh no.
You do notice a good portion of these gold coins are... I know this is not that realistic-ish, but a lot of them seems rusted and very stuck together. So kind of useless, in other words. Some of them are good, some of them are useless. Obviously, it's gonna take some time for you to determine which is which.
All right, I'm gonna call the others over and going, guys, you can come in now. Just mind that there's a rug of a trap door. Just don't step on it. And then I'm gonna start. Don't step on the trap door.
I said
say
okie dokie.
Yep, just wanted to make sure you heard me this time. I say as I go and I start going through the gold coins.
I come in and wow, there's a lot of gold coins in here, huh?
Unfortunately, they're stuck together. I think because of how close it is to the ocean side, a bunch of salt and shit is just completely coated some of these.
Couldn't we just melt it down?
No, this shit's been here for way too long. You can't get this salt off.
That's unfortunate.
Assumi says, well, We could probably tell the town folks about this. Don't know what to do with the melting it off. If anything, we could get those that are useful and take it with us. And in the meantime, yeah, it's just gold. There's gold everywhere. There's not really anything valuable on information. Everything is just gold.
I'm just gonna take all this stuff.
Yeah, so go on ahead, Dimple, just for the sake of it, let's roll. Actually, your passive is 19. So, you quickly take a quick glance, aside from trying to, like, remove the pieces together, you decide to do the easiest stuff in the world and try to, like, shove them, move them, topple them down, and see which works which, separating quickly. In total, there is at least, I'm feeling generous. Let's just say that half of the treasury is yours.
Yeah. How much is that in total?
But not yours like you keep it by yourself, more like it's yours for the taking. And do you want to do the counting, Scrooge McDuck?
Yes.
Alright. So, you guys, I guess, watch Dimple quickly do the math on counting each gold pieces. Congratulations, you're a proud owner of 200,000 gold coins.
Sorry, did you say 200,000?
Did I stutter?
No, I just want to make sure I heard you okay.
That's a yes, by the way.
Okay, and how many of us, how many of us are there?
5.
5 of us? Alright, so let's see.
Well, 6 if you count Claire, who is like a there but not there type of character.
Alright, hold on, let me do the math. Alright, I'm gonna give everyone, including Claire, 33,333 gold pieces.
Alright, make sure you type that down also so we could, so I can at least have that for Claire. I think she still has a character in the campaign. Alright, so you go on ahead and you start grabbing that load of money. Happy about that amount, and you basically share this with the group, basically splitting it up. And yeah, you all you calm down, Mr. Krabs, calm down. So yeah, you all are now richer than you were before, again. And with that,
This is gonna be a lot of properties.
Alright, Monopoly Man.
I might have to find something extremely valuable to invest this in. Thank you.
How much did I get?
I typed into the chat.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is great.
Asumi goes, I am going to be able to buy some good armor with this. And he looks at Temple. And maybe with your help, a ruined longsword? You already have that. Okay, he changes it. With your help, a dragon longsword.
That is an idea.
And then with that, you guys are ready to move on to the next location. Obviously, Temple taking the lead again. This time, I will need you to roll investigation as you're entering the hallway.
24.
Okay. You do find another pressure plate trap, and the corner of your eyes spots like some installed and fixed up trap that seems advanced technology style. Alchemist, maybe? But obviously Teragardian. Sleight of hand to disable.
$22.
You find that it is a little bit harder this time, but you managed to get it. You definitely will need to be cautious. With that, I just continue to move forward. You enter the next room. I would need another investigation.
$19.
19. Ooh. You find nothing where you're standing right now.
Well, I didn't see anything, but I have a horrible feeling that is going to bite me in the ass later.
Asumi volunteers to walk first in to also try to see if he could find something as well to help. Alright? You'll need that investigation also.
Is there any way I can use the aid action to assist him?
He got a 21.
Oh.
Alright.
Good.
Wow, okay, there you go. So he looks around himself, and that 21, you find that it's very hard to find a trap. You don't know how your cousin does it, but then you spot something. It's and you could see it's not a tripwire. It took you twice to glance what it is. That you see it is a laser of a sort. That obviously if you were to pass through it, the laser would activate the trap itself. And Thimble points over to the laser and wherever it's leading and goes, there, laser trap. Probably
You mean
magical.
Sumi points?
Well, sorry, what was that?
You said thimble points, but it's
Oh, sorry.
Sumi.
Asumi, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm heading over to go see if I can disable it. Let's see if my luck holds out.
Let's see.
Ears open.
23.
All right. You find that this is a little bit harder because it's magical. But you focus enough to understand where it is and click. Close it off. No trap active. There's no trap, no more trap in the room. As you guys, the both of you look around, you see that this trap might have activated all of these construct. You count a total of 10 armored construct, with one of them missing, which looks bigger than the rest of them.
All right. Just a bit of a suspicious thing. I'm gonna guess that one of these fuckers is active.
Asumi goes, I am going to assume the same thing. He says he looks around to check on each construct. They look in good condition, but you could tell that because of their size, they would have given you a challenge, but only enough to force you out of there. The big one, on the other hand, looks like it could have killed you. So you probably would have had to fight the big one if you finished off the small one. By your estimate guess. roll investigation for me on that last part. He said he wants to check to see if the last one is in the room with us.
And is that killer in the room with us now?
He rolled an 18, and there is no sign that it's in here. In fact, from what you could tell, if it is active, it's not in the room, but it almost like someone had moved it. Okay, and he also used detect magic. You feel the essence of teleportation magic, of the abyss in here. Which Asumi goes, the Inquisitor teleported it.
Our Inquisitor, or the Inquisitor, or the guy who was working in here?
He responds with, probably ours, considering the message said that he either beat us or we're right behind him. He says he looks around some more, and he, you do see a note somewhere where it says, press here to talk. Asumi goes, Pimple, check to see if that's rigged.
Alrighty, do I roll investigation?
Yeah. Well, your passive is 19, so no. Right. Let me check my notes. Yeah, okay. So with the 19, you look and you see it's not rigged to set any trap up. It is a communication device of some sort. At least what you're thinking.
Alright, looks like this is supposed to be something to communicate. There's no trap.
Asumi goes, do we want to listen what he has to say this time? Temple?
I mean, I don't know. Just, I don't know.
Might as well.
Alright, Asumi was taking a while to answer. He goes on ahead and he pushes the button. And as he does that, you all turn around to see the holograph of the Inquisitor you're after going, oh, if you're pushing this button, then that means you are too late to have a one-on-one conversation with me. I am slightly disappointed, but I do not care. This entire ordeal is something that I'm actually quite enjoying, I suppose you could say. I guess a part of me has that evil villainous sort of cliche where I will reveal everything to you if we speak. But I know when to stop myself. And I'm stopping myself here. I just want you to know, he says as he reveals one thing behind him, as you see it walks up behind him. A large construct that looks from history that happened in the early 6th age, the age that you're in now. So about, I say, 13 years ago. A large construct that looks like a Pseudomonas war automaton used to fight against large demons during the Battle of Lumbridge. He goes, let's just say that I have plans for this. Plans to possibly use. I'm being cautious. I won't tell you everything. But be aware, when I make my announcement, it'll be huge. So goodbye, White Knight and comrades. Hopefully you live long enough to other events of the world to confront me again. He says that the hologram finishes. And you could hear a beeping from the device.
Fuck, it's gonna explode, isn't it?
Is that what beeping means?
Usually. So let's run the fuck away.
Yeah, alrighty. I grab my backpack straps and start running.
And you guys are now running your ass out of there. And eventually you hear some minor explosion, and then from behind you water rushing in, and you're just bolting it like crazy, freaking running like nuts. Eventually you make it out of the dungeon, with the flood just comes in and having filled the entire floor. And we're gonna pause it right here because I'm very, very hungry right now. So we will be right back. So please go on ahead, get yourself something to eat, drink, and, you know, stretch. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back. All right, everyone. I hope everybody had a nice break. You ate food, proper food, got something to drink, stretched your leg, relaxed for the last 30 minutes before we came back to where we left off. So, for my players, are everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, good. So, you guys all escaped from the exploding underground and the water filling up the tunnel. You managed all to get out in the nick of time before the water basically gets pushed out and eventually settles in to where it is. For those of you who look back, you see that the entire basement itself is filled with water. Which Asumi wanted to enter, as a light joke goes, well, I guess we won't be able to get those rusted gold now.
Well, rip.
The White Knight look goes, rusted gold? What?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Well,
At least not anymore.
you make it sound like I should, but that's for another time. What happened down there? Was there an explosion? A trap?
There was a trap.
Well, shit. Hope you found something valuable down there.
Yeah.
Are you gonna, like, fill me in, or do I have to just guess?
Is it a law to fill you in?
Assuming just sighs and fills them in and everything. Basically telling them what they discovered and what they hope. I'm assuming everything, right? Even the gold coins? And what they had hoped to let the town get. But the knight goes, I see. I'll talk to the mayor to see what he wants to do. If there are some gold coins down there, rusted even, they could be somewhat useful. I'll see what the mayor wants to do. In the meantime, I guess this is it. He looks towards the trapdoor again and goes, It's odd because I didn't see anyone come in. Probably snuck in here without me knowing. But I won't think of it too much. I'll report back to the White Knight soon. I'm going to stay here a while to ensure that the mayor knows about the gold and probably see if I can get some sort of team to dive in and grab what needs to be grabbed. I'd assume he's typing. Asumi nods and goes, Good. Then we will head back to Escarnio soon. And I do not think we have anything else to do here. Alright. And with that, you guys head back to the... I'm sorry, I'm getting a notification that my landlord is outside. But real quick, you guys head back to the ship, and the ship is basically there waiting for you. And take this moment, as I'm going to go AFK, to talk amongst yourselves. You know, for the viewers at home to be able to pass the time. So be right back.
Hello, all.
Ahoy, Manoy.
So, what are you guys gonna spend your money on?
Probably some more properties.
Any specifics? Just houses?
Probably houses. Well, I will see on what 30,000 gold pieces can get me. Maybe I could go for something bigger.
Maybe get your own store up and running, like a general store or something.
Well, I am not really the salesman type, so I will pass on that.
Could always hire someone to run it. Oop.
Yes, but people are unreliable.
I suppose so.
Maybe I'll get a plot of land as well. Then I can cultivate crop and manufacture cigars.
I bet those sell pretty well.
Well, I'd hope so.
What about you, Thimble?
I think Asumi has something planned.
With your money as well?
Yeah, something to work together with.
Oh, I see.
How much do you think this short sword would sell for? I point
What?
at the short sword which we took the soul out of.
Oh,
Hard to say.
maybe try to find like a historical or magic expert or something. They might give you a little bit extra. Because
True.
it's a famous, right?
I believe so, yeah. Like, if I'm not mistaken, some ancient heroes or something like that.
Yeah, you might get more like with a specialist than just the armor store.
All right, I'm back, and I got some bad news. I'm gonna have to end the session a little earlier. There seems to be a situation going on with one of the buildings' wiring that is gonna require all of the buildings to be turned off at this. One of the one of the units wiring has an issue, so the whole building power has to be turned off for a while. So I hope you guys had managed to talk while I was gone, but I have to go now because I was given at least 10 minutes to finish up here. I'm sorry again.
Sure.
Yes, I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry for the people at home too. But thank you all so much for watching. I will leave the session to run for like a few minutes to let that outro thing go on. But until then, I have to go now to at least that 10-minute time I have left to finally, be gone. So thank you all so much for watching. We will see you guys next week. And just to get this kicked in for next week's, you guys are out, out on sea already. You're in the open seas. So see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.